welcome to Dwarven Forge Live. This is On the Anvil with Nate and...
Hi, it's Mace.
Oh, we didn't get a camera on you, did we?
No, we didn't. We
Oh,
had
man.
a lot of camera fun before
Do we have
started.
audio this week, though?
We do have audio.
Woo! So we got that. And we got viewers. So we're, it's our first week streaming On the Anvil back in the office for a while, so we're still kicking the tires a little. Get back up to... Is that even a thing, Pete? We're dusting off the cobwebs. We're, I don't know. We're rerouting the encryptions, clearly.
It says that you're
Audio?
low. Not muted, but low.
How's that? Testing. We'll get back in the Anvil groove one of these days. Do you read me? Houston. Doofers, do you copy? Anvilites?
Anvilites?
Dwarven army? Do you read?
How's the audio?
I don't know. Well, it's like a 8-second delay or something, so we'll find out in a second.
True.
So, this is On the Anvil. This is the show where we take you behind the scenes at Dwarven Forge, for good or for ill. Sometimes warts and all. Like last week we didn't have audio. Yeah, we figured it out. And show you a little behind the scenes, what we're up to, what we're working on, what's coming up. Take your questions, hang out with you, drink a cider. Cheers. Hello. Is that any better? I can get cozy with the mic. Hello. Yeah?
It still says low, but it's also turned all the way up on the board. And high.
Oh, it is really, really low.
Yeah. Everything's up as high as I can get it.
Well, I'll have to use my stage voice. Perhaps, he said to the people in the back row. Don't know.
I don't know if this helps. Oh, yeah, that looks like it helped a lot.
Did that help?
Too much, in fact.
I've gone too far. We've gone plaid.
All right.
How is that?
Oh, we're doing ASMR now.
Yeah. Dwarven ASMR.
All right. Oh, should we get the sniper on that?
It's part Monty Python, part... All right, so hi. This is On the Anvil. I am Nate, and this is Mace, and it's our first time ever live streaming, but we're figuring it out.
We are still learning.
No matter how many times, we're still figuring it out.
Yeah.
But, now that we're partners, we can just do whatever we want.
Yeah,
right?
we can do whatever we want. Free.
So, on tonight's episode, we are going to... we got a bunch of random tidbits and news and announcements, whatever, and then it's going to talk Hellscape a little bit, and... take your questions. Now that most people, just about everybody in the world, has their Hellscape at this point. Let us know. I've got a bunch. I think I have all the pieces here. Maybe I've got buckets of pieces here. And if you've got some questions on how some things work, or need some suggestions or tips or whatever, we'll open up the. I guess the comments are always open, right?
Always open.
Chat's always moving, but we'll take some questions. And do some Hellscape. But before
Finley says he got his Hellscape today as well. So
yay!
Maybe you can build with us while you're...
Wait, isn't he in the UK?
He is in the UK.
I thought everybody but Germany had it.
No,
it was all
I thought it was just Germany as well. I think it is going out in like doses though. Like not everybody's getting it at once.
No, it should have been everybody but Germany. Or maybe it was everything coming from the German hub, which might have been... And he's not even part of the EU anymore, right? Brexit landed.
Oh my gosh.
Right. Anyway, well, most people have it, so hopefully we'll have some questions, whatever. But first, we've got news.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't even have the news graphic here, do we?
Nope.
It's only at home.
Yep.
Okay.
We'll figure it out. Next time we won't be in a meeting. All right. Okay. So the first thing.
What's the news?
We should give a little nod to our friends that are running Kickstarters. The first one I have is Nord Games. They're running a Kickstarter. I'll go ahead and put the link for that in the chat.
They're really clear, like 84% funded, and it's a bunch of cool minis. War bands. What did they at?
It does dispatch from Germany to get to.
That's so. Oh man, so it's all. Oh geez. Well, we'll talk about that shipping in a moment. Yeah. They're at 920 backers, $663,000 out of 75,000. They're inches away. It's a bunch of cool warbands, orcs and hobgoblins and whatnots. I do love me some hobgoblins. So go check it out if you like miniatures to plan your terrain with, because they're good folks over at Nord Games and big DF fans. You know who also has a Kickstarter going? Wormwood, in case anybody hasn't heard.
Oh, man.
They're at 8.1 million and still have 20 days to go. So if you need a table for delivery in 2023, it's like really cool modular tabletops, and the only I don't know why they don't have any pictures with Dwarven Forge terrain on their site, but yeah. No, there's some really cool. It's a really cool setup they have going, like the modular table. I dream. You know what? I really would like to have a house so that I have a game room so that I can need a table.
Yeah, that would be nice. I even have a table, but I could use a bigger, nicer gaming table. So I could also use a house.
Yeah.
But
a table.
Yeah, it does not.
A Wormwood table.
I'm gonna have to table that dream.
Just table that one for now.
Yeah.
And you know who else has a Kickstarter going?
Is it one of our friends at Stat Trackers?
The one and only Jim. So, Stat Trackers, in case you don't know, we are big Stat Tracker fans. Jim, we talked about it last week, so we don't even know the backstory. He's Stefan's old DM. He's shared booths with us. He's awesome. Runs it. He's a teacher by day, a Stat Tracker by night. And check out these new ones. He sent some samples over. So these are the new. Can we say? Oh, wait, sniper cam.
All right.
Let's go on the.
Fun days.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go back to front real quick.
It's the close-up camera is not reading. But we've got stack trackers.
There we go.
Yeah. You see that? Oh yeah. In there. So these are some of the samples. I guess it might be better right side up, not upside down. But it's got like a little picture. Who are we gonna look at? Look at the Drow Cleric. He doesn't like to do all dark. It's got a picture thing. He right? I don't know where we have to ask him where he got all this art.
Yeah, I wonder if he.
There's a lot. It's 200 and something things. So it folds over, hangs over your DM screen there. On the inside, you get all the stats, so you don't have to open up a book. And then he's got the lore on the inside. And all these, and it's a whole bunch. It's like 260 monsters, I think. They're breaking some stretch goals, so they're at like 45K. Dude, I'd love to see Jim break 100K. It would mean the world to him. And it's an awesome product. Oh, here's like the empty blank monster from the original Set Trackers. I use this all the time for my little homebrews. It's really super, super, super useful. My favorite thing ever. Look at all these guys. There's Orc, Pit Champion, Bugbear. Oh, look at this Pugilist. He's got a good choice in hairstyle.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, how do you not get...
That's very sassy.
So we should take... Hey, we didn't figure, speaking of cool hairstyles, dyeing my hair.
Yeah. Wasn't the top vote purple?
Purple, yeah. You know what we'll do? We're going to shoot Build of the Month on...
Tuesday?
The 1st. No, Building of the Build of the Month is the 29th, and then on the 1st we shoot Build of the Month. We shoot Build of the Month, not the Building of the Build of the Month.
Right.
Shoot Build of the Month. But we'll do it that day. And then so it'll be fresh dyed. So we'll film the dyeing of for like fun content, and then I'll be on camera for Build of the Month, and we'll be in full purple regalia.
Are you gonna bleach it first too, or are you just gonna go straight purple? Right? You don't have to.
Might as well.
It would be a dark. Well, okay, go for it.
Just go.
Make Talia
gotta
happy.
Go all in. Yeah, just go bonkers. I did. Fun fact. We had once upon a time, when I was working in post-production, we had it was a November thing. We had a beard growing contest for November, and it was really fun, right? So everybody was, I don't know, probably 12 of us competing. I do not grow a very good beard, like really just questionable at best. And so you got graded like at the end of the month. We took pictures along the way, but every month you got points for grooming and style and coverage and fullness and texture and the whole bunch of categories. But then here's the fun part. So then everybody got judged on that. Then they went home, and the next day was the mustache elimination round. Like, this is where things got serious. So you then everybody would shave their beard into any sort of mustache they wanted, and they could have like accoutrements. Like, you could do a thing. So I did like a D'Artagnan-y thing, right, where it was like sort of thin and came out, and then had like the little sharp soul chip thing. But I was like, this is my only chance to compete, because I was like, I just got killed in all the other categories because I just had this terrible, like, my beard is just nothing. So I was like, I even named it. I did Purple Mustache's Majesty, where I dyed I bleached it and then dyed it like bright purple, and rolled in with this like crazy purple D'Artagnan. Purple Mustache's Majesty, and I still lost. It was like, not so good. Oh, you have the picture.
I'm gonna pop the photo in Discord.
Ooh, that's the good one. The blue steel look. Oh man, I rode on the subway like that too. You got some looks when you ride the subway with a terrible purple mustache. Yeah, that was I can't believe you have the picture like that.
I'm
this
pretty
is how
good
it's
at
real,
searching.
There's a picture. Yeah, you can put that one up for the
viewers.
I don't remember what we were talking about. Oh, Jim's stat trackers. Yeah. So buy the stat trackers because they're awesome. Because he's a great dude, and I love stat trackers, and they're breaking stretch goals right now and adding more free stuff. And if you go back right now, we'll show you a picture of my purple mustache.
Yeah.
We're going to show you the picture anyway.
We will. All right. I gotta figure out which one's which. There we go.
Oh man, this is fun.
Yeah, you really didn't know what you were getting into when you uploaded this too.
Yeah. This is I don't know. This is what you get for uploading pictures to Slack.
All right, here we go. Purple Mustache Majesty.
All right, so what else do we have in the news?
That's a
sorry,
good
Jim,
question.
if maybe that wasn't what you were hoping for.
I think it's an insider exclusive.
Yeah, right. Stat trackers. He might have to have a purple mustache stat tracker just for that. Purple Mustache's Majesty.
So apart from Hellscape shipping to Germany and the web store,
we should talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Hellscape, everybody now or has it, or it's in transit, and there was some people disappointed because we launched our web store before they had their product, which is if we never sold out, then I'm like, who cares? But like the fact that we sell out of a lot of stuff quickly is, I could definitely understand why that is upsetting. And we had the thing we were up against the wall on a little bit is our shipping has just been really volatile, right? So all of our estimates for all of our timing has just been off, and tons of it beyond our control, particularly like customs and whatever. And we have our fall is really mashed up, and we sort of desperately had to get this store up. And yeah, it sucks that it's up before there's a few Kickstarter backers that don't have their stuff yet, and so they don't have time to play with the pieces and figure out what they need to go to the store and things. But here's the thing: if you're in that situation, if you were one of the people who got their stuff late, and you've realized you're like, oh, I desperately need this stuff, email us and we'll see what we can do. Like, we don't want to leave you in the lurch. Can't guarantee anything, but like, let us know if you were one of those unlucky 100 and something people that were coming out of the German hub, and you get your stuff next week, and you're like, oh man, what I desperately need are Magma Rivers or whatever. Drop us an email at whateverservice@dwarfforge.com. We'll see if we can help you.
Yeah. And the good news of that world too, I guess, Hellscape, even though it was one of our most niche Kickstarters, it did really well on the website. So it seems like you guys are very excited and have liked your pieces too, and we're happy to be able to actually finally, bring them full circle, not just Kickstarter.
Excited about it.
Yeah.
Here.
And then Plaguestone update.
Yeah, Plaguestone is shipping.
Yeah.
Holy moly! People already, but some folks in Europe or Asia already got it, and it's rolling out now domestically, I believe as well. So we need to send an update about that, huh?
Yeah, we really do.
Yeah,
they deserve
Plaguestone's
one.
rolling out, but that is not going to go into the web store until late November, early December, I think, something like that. We'll keep you posted, but we got a lot cooking. But we'll get it up there, and because I know there's a bunch of people excited, and we'll let you know ahead of time, so you can kind of figure out what you're going to get, if you're going to get anything. And I bet the Alchemist Supplies pack is going to go fast. Like crazy.
Yeah, that's the best one. I'm excited for that one.
Yeah, it's bonkers. Like that one's going to go. I don't know how many we have. I think actually, here's the good news.
All right.
Well, I could be making things up. I think we actually have a bunch of the stuff because our general, it wasn't a super robust pre-order, so I think we had to order a bunch in order to hit our minimum quantity. So I think maybe, hopefully, we have a bunch of these sets will be available out there because there's some neat bits. The dungeon, the crazy, the necromancer's accoutrements for the dungeon are really cool, and the plants. Right, we have the vine lashers and poison bloom and little log. There's a lot of there's neat stuff sort of in each. Some cool forest stuff. There's cages, right? That curved cages. I don't know. We'll have to, when we get closer. We'll have an episode when that goes out. We'll do a little thing on the Anvil and show you some of the good stuff there. What other news do you have on your?
That's pretty much all the news I have. There is a question, which might be news. Any changes?
Question that's news.
Maybe.
This is the riddle of the Sphinx?
Yeah. Oh, what was that sentence? The one that Ray said?
It was so good.
I'll have to message him. But Wargaming Recon wants to know if there's any changes to the Wildlands Pledge Manager timeframe.
Yes. We don't know what it is. I think we are going to launch on the 21st, not the 16th. We just did a schedule. Was it yesterday?
Yes.
Why is time such a weird blur?
I don't even want to think about it.
Think of the riddle of the Sphinx.
Yeah.
But we have it penciled. It'll launch sometime between the 16th and 21st, probably realistically 21st. We might soft launch it on the 19th with a handful of lucky folks who get to go in early, and then do the full up launch on the 21st of. I have it written as September because the calendar spans September and October, but October 21st, I think sometime between the 16th and 21st is what we're looking at right now. But we will keep you posted. And I don't know the exact end date yet, but we'll hammer out all those details. It'll close. The earliest it would probably close would be November 20th, and the latest it would probably close would be like Black Friday-ish or somewhere around there. So it's something like that, 5 or 6 weeks starting from around the 16th or the 20th or 5. So between 5 and 6 weeks starting between the 16th and 21st, something like that. But we'll keep you posted. And we'll know more maybe next week.
Radical. All right.
You mentioned lightly, we're doing Building of the Month next Tuesday.
Yes.
So,
yeah, the 20th.
And we'll probably do that in the afternoon. I think, right? Traditionally, we did those in the afternoon.
Yeah, what I have right now on the calendar says 2 p.m.
2 p.m.
I
Eastern
guess.
U.S. Standard Daylight Middle Time.
Yeah, the U.S. Eastern. We will confirm that on Monday with the schedule and everything, but yeah, early afternoon, get some English and like some of our European.
Do we know, have we sold out of everything on the Hellscape store? Because if we haven't, I'm going to do Build of the Month with Hellscape. If there's nothing in the store for Hellscape, what should we do? What would people like to see a Build of the Month of? And it's probably the worst idea ever. I could do
no.
No, that's right. I was going to say I could do a Build of the Month with Wildlands but no, we'll just do sample, never mind.
Isn't the point of Build of the Month?
Yeah, it was something that you can actually get in the store if you want to. Yeah, so that's about it. But anyway, let us know if there's something aside from Hellscape. What would you like? What haven't we done for a while on Build of the Month? I don't know.
I mean, it's been a long time for any Build of the Month, so I feel like everyone would be kind of excited to see maybe.
It's only been we've only missed 2, I think, right? August and September. Do we just miss July also?
We missed July and June, and I think...
No, we did one in June, didn't we?
Oh, yeah, we did. Yeah.
We did a Build a Month in June, or no?
We did not do it.
Really?
Pretty sure that June, maybe we like...
I bet you $1.
Uploaded
bet
one?
you $1.
Okay,
hey, viewers. Did we do one? What was the last one we did? Come on, I got $1 writing on this. Give me some.
People are also saying caverns deep, city builder, castles. So it seems like you could do anything within those realms that they'd be interested in.
Okay.
Something Halloween, which I love.
Well, Hellscape.
You could do like Count Dracula's castle. You could do Count Chocula's castle. Ooh, yeah, Hellscape-a-ween.
Yeah. Frankenberry's lair. Does he have? So
he has something. I don't need to know what that guy has. But
all right, so we're doing Building a Build a Month next Tuesday. So it sounds like maybe Caverns Deep if we don't do Hellscape. Sounds fun. I just did my first Hellscape. Oh, we'll talk about Hellscape.
It looks like there is some Hellscape still available, but a lot of it is
sold out.
Gone.
Woo! All right, well, we'll sort it out. Let's see what between now and Tuesday. Other things I have on my news. Oh, so we did we sent out a survey. When was it? On Friday? Thursday last week? When did we send out the grid? It was Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday. Yeah.
So if you are a Wildlands backer, look at the last update. There's a survey in there. Please fill it out if you haven't. We had 1,400 something people out of 3,500 already fill it out, which is fantastic. It's very helpful for us. Interestingly, do people want to guess roughly how many people want gridless? Of the people who answered the survey, of the roughly 1,400 people who this survey, what do you? Who wants to guess? Give me a percentage of those people who wanted gridless.
Hulk Reality says 65. John Costa says about 400. Finley
400%.
Shard says 27. And then Total BF says 35. Subtalon 72. Mythstorm 25. 33% from 1979 Dragos. Wargaming Recon says 70. Rogue Jedi says 15. Orion Noir says 75. It looks like a lot of people in the 30 or 70 range.
Rogue Jedi, dangerously close. And who is it? Finley? Who guessed 25? It's 22.
Mythstorm.
I think it's roughly 22% right now.
Nerd Botchery got 23%.
23?
So, yeah.
Nerd Botchery for the win. What did they win, Mace?
They won a round of applause, but not on these mics. You guys can
an off-mic round of applause.
Just know, that I'm giving you golf claps.
That's a very violent golf clap over there.
Yeah, I'm very aggressive.
So anyway, if you haven't filled out the survey, please, it's in the last update. Please fill it out. It literally takes like 60 seconds. It's 6 questions, and they're all multiple choice easy. Like, do you want grids or not? Do you know what the light puck is? How many train trays are you planning on buying gridless and grid? Like, it's pretty easy. But on that note, first of all, it's amazing that we had 1,400 people, like within 24 hours, like 1,400 people.
Yeah, that's
or
insane.
1,300 people did it within the first 12 hours, and like another 100 did it over the next 12 hours.
Yeah, that's half the
it's amazing.
backers.
Yeah. A third.
A third, yeah.
Math. 2/5.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but we're gonna send out a longer one, in I don't know, sometime probably mid Pledge Manager, asking about a whole bunch of stuff about sort of both the execution of this Kickstarter and what sort of things you'd like to see in the next one. So definitely fill that out. And if you have any ideas of questions you'd like us to ask you, also you can send those to us. I'd be interested to hear what that is. But we gleaned a lot of really good information. We did one after Hellscape and got a lot of good information off that, which helped shape Wildlands to great success. So we're really excited. We had a lot of people participate in that one too. Like, it's really you guys are the best. Like, it's really we have a very passionate bunch of folks who are not afraid to let us know what they think, and it's very valuable. Even we take it all, the criticism and the praise and all of it, and try and build better.
Take it all.
German Hellscape. We got some. Oh, we got this. This is fun. Go sniper. We have a sample here. This is a factory sample of the light puck. It'll be black, not swinging the edge, but like I don't know if you can tell the difference, but it's much tighter than our initial prototypes that we had. And don't ignore this pigtail. This is not going to be here. They couldn't ship it with the battery baked in. We are always shipping things with batteries, so this is a lead. So we could then it has a dummy, basically has a dummy block in there. But this is so we can connect a battery to it and test it for running. But it's nice and tight. We were worried that they were going to have to make it larger, but they managed to get it exactly the same size, super clean and tight from my original, so we don't have to adjust any of our sculpts.
Yay.
And yay, everything's working out the way we were hoping it would. So this is pretty exciting. We can't wait to roll this thing out. We're gonna do some cool samples with like 2 of these cooking at the same time for the pledge managers. You can see that. And we got some fun stuff, light puckery afoot. And then what did I have on my? Oh, this I guess our last piece of. I don't know if it's not. I don't know if it's new so much, but we did today was our day 1 of our 2-day Wildlands postmortem, where we are dissecting the Kickstarter and talking about what went well, but mostly sort of dwelling on where can we improve, right? What are the things that we can do better and some ideas and how to crack it. And we've had a lot of really good feedback on Discord and on the forums and in the comments that we've had our folks have been sort of combing through that and pulling out the feedback, which has been really helpful to us to sort of analyze this thing. And a lot of really neat ideas today, sort of maybe some different ways to potentially present an offer, some stretch goal. We had a whole segment that was just stretch goals, right? We have like each of these segments, and one of them is we have 4 segments today, and one whole segment was just stretch goals and trying to figure out how do we make stretch goals work better for more people, because it's like I feel like if we were going to choose one thing to change from this campaign, it would have been stretch goals, or the missing Heart of the Wilds pledge right out of the gate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hindsight 2020.
Yeah. Well, that's why we have you guys out there, so you can point out the things that aren't working, and we can adjust it, and that's the magic of it. We can change it. So yeah. So stretch goals, man, they're just like they vex me. Those stretch goals. They're really, it's hard to get right. They're just, I don't know. But we have some kind of some neat ideas on how to approach things. Obviously, it's all kind of hypothetical because you need to kind of know what we're making and have an offer and whatever. But like, this sort of the strategy and the how we're approaching it. We have some interesting ideas and some ways to think about doing with an external site and all this stuff. And you know what? There'll be a bunch of questions in that survey that we sent out about this. We'd love to. That was one of the things we said is, let's just ask people what they, give them a bunch of choices and see what they resonate with. Because it's interesting. You don't know what, there's often a vocal minority in the comments. And like the gridless thing is a perfect example. Like there was a lot of chatter about having gridless options, and it's hard to know what the volume of that is. And you see the survey and you're like, okay, it's people, but it's not like, it's not the majority of people. It's 20% of them or whatever. And but I should say we're going to do some gridless options. So that's like, there's enough. It seems like there's enough interest that we can do. We're not going to do every single thing gridless, but a bunch of it. And I'll talk about when we will do like a full pledge manager breakdown, probably the episode on the 14th, October 14th. Maybe we should make a note of that.
Yeah.
October 14th, we can do a pledge manager breakdown and let you know what to expect, what all the things are, where the new packs are, so you can kind of start staying up all night and prepping your spreadsheets and whatnots or whatever. But there seems like there's enough interest that we're gonna do some gridless stuff, and we'll keep you posted. So I don't know what I was saying about that, but
thank you for
surveys.
the feedback. And
yeah, it's surveys. We really we greatly value your feedback. Right, keep it coming, because it really helps us make the stuff good. And were there any other neat things we talked about today? I don't know. We've got another day tomorrow.
We do have a question about the light puck in regards to sci-fi, which has a very top secret mystery hush hush thing. Will it be compatible with sci-fi, and will sci-fi be resin, or will it to match the old sets, or will it be dwarvenite?
I have no idea. Well, I haven't wrapped my head around sci-fi so much yet, but I will say this: I have no idea. I think it'll be dwarvenite, and beyond that, I don't know. I haven't wrapped my head around it. We're still trying to getting a pledge manager up is a whole thing. It's like this. It's the Kickstarter after the Kickstarter. It's a whole. There's a bunch of. I don't know. There's a whole bunch of stuff rolling right out of the Kickstarter into Hellscape, going into the web store, into pledge manager. I haven't really had figured out what the heck is going on with sci-fi, but it'll be cool. And it'll scare some space marines, and it certainly seems like it would be nice to do something that works with the light puck. But I don't know. We will. You know what? We'll probably have an episode about it on the Anvil here. What do you think? Yeah.
Probably get some feedback, some surveys, maybe.
Some space anvil.
Space anvil. Forged in space metal.
Oh, space metal.
Yeah.
Ooh. I'm so there for that.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah. What was that? There's a really Bolt Thrower was a metal band from the
that sounds about right.
The 80s that had it was all Games Workshop style art on the covers. It wasn't very good at all, but yeah.
Adustus Plays, aka Chris, says Dwarven Borg.
I've heard of him.
Yeah, he's been around.
Chris had a pretty cool little epiphany today. I was excited. Might be something. Do we have any other bits? Do we have any other questions before we talk about Hellscape?
Should there be more rabbits added in the sculpts was one of the questions, and then they immediately answered yes. Loop-eared bunnies like Captain Malcolm Reynolds, who has cataracts and is going blind. This is from Wargaming Recon.
Wait, it wasn't from Rabbit Burner?
It wasn't from Rabbit Burner.
Wow.
But clearly, there's a majority or a minority. Somebody's speaking that they want more rabbits.
Well, we have to think about some rabbits. To think about critters. Where? What did I say about a rabbit? I don't know. There's something about a rabbit in the back of my brain. I can't remember. We were talking fondly about Rabbit Burner today. That guy.
Yeah.
He sent us a nice thank you note. That was it. Any other questions about what we've covered thus far before we talk a little bit about Hellscape?
There is a build of the month request. Fun add-on packs for someone with a lot of KS1 and KS2 who wants to dip their toes in a Caverns Deep and Dungeon of Doom.
How would we make it a build of the month?
That's a good question.
Yeah. But that's a good, right, that's hey, I have a bunch of dungeons and a bunch of caverns. What are a couple of sets that I could get that would, spruce this up, give me a bunch of cool versatility and whatever. And
then another question is
I don't know
from...
what we have in stock is also a problem.
Yeah. It's worth looking. Maybe...
You know what I would get?
All right, here.
If we have it... Do we have the Crooked Caverns set in stock? Ooh, but you know what we do have? We have. I think we reconfigured the Crooked Caverns set, and it's coming. We reordered it, and it's coming in November. I would get that because it has basically all the kind of neat, cool, new, basic shapes to give you a whole bunch of more building versatility with your caverns. You'll use it all the time. It's all the cool new bread and butter, and then. I don't know. Is there a neat little cavern adventure pack? Man, we have so many things. I can't remember what sets are anymore. Toby would know one. Oh.
Well, we should call him and bother him.
You know what? If you got a bunch of KS1 dungeons, Zaltar's Game Room, you can't go wrong with, right?
True.
It's kind of a little sampler of all the Dungeon of Doom bits. It's got the double doors. It's got the portcullis wall. It's got some 1-inch walls. It's got magnetic walls. It's got a 4x4 floor. It's got a miniature dungeon. It's got a couple of magnetic traps. It's got some LED pieces. Like, it's kind of all the bits you need to throw on there, or any of the troves, like the Fanatics Trove or Eldritch Mystic Trove or whatever. Those are a little pricier, but either of those would great. If you've got 3 sets of classic dungeons or whatever, I'd get one of the troves or Zaltar's or both.
And then a good segue question we have is from
segue.
I'm Spoonbender. Question is, what were some of the biggest takeaways from Hellscape?
Ooh, this is a great question. I don't know. It was like, I gotta go back in time. We're like, which period am I in Hellscape overall? Okay, well here's an interesting. So Hellscape sold really well in the web store yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yesterday. Like staggeringly well for such a small Kickstarter. So what was kind of interesting was, so we learned a lot of things, right? So Hellscape the idea was it was kind of a stopgap. We were trying to just do something before we got Wildlands up, because we didn't have time to get Wildlands, but we needed to get something out, and it timed out with Avernus nicely and the things, whatever. We had a bunch of stuff cooking, so we were like, let's just try and do a small Kickstarter. And so a bunch of the learnings from it were, one, that it was sort of possible to do a small Kickstarter, but it wasn't as worthwhile for us in terms of, how much did we make? We made like 1.2 or 1.3 or something.
Something like that, yeah.
And it was like, it seemed like it would have been worth, like, it wouldn't have been that much more effort to do something with twice as many pieces and potentially raise twice as much money. But we learned a lot. Our systems, like, it helped pave the way for Wildlands, because our spreadsheets, our infrastructure was getting a little better, our production, in-house sort of production was getting better, our team communication was getting better. Like, it definitely set us up to sort of have the success we had in Wildlands. It was, what are the big things we learned from? So what was interesting is, like, it didn't, we didn't, because it's kind of a niche environment, the Hellscape, and it's also, once again, it's pricey, and the light panels, the whole thing, thing is pricey. Like, it didn't crush it on Kickstarter, but it just absolutely crushed it in the web store. So I don't know how to parse that exactly. But it's like, and I don't know if that's, was it people that saw it and are, man, I wish I'd gotten that cool glowing lava and then bought it? Or was it people that got their Hellscape and are like, man, this is even better than I thought, I need more? Like, I don't know. You tell me, which of those camps are you in if you're watching and you bought stuff in the store?
Hoppy Hippo says, I bought more yesterday mainly because I forgot to get the volcano at launch and decided to get another light thingamajig so I can light all my lava terrain.
The old light thingamajig. Did you get the lava? Did you get the volcano? Did the floor fogger that we have in Wildlands, did that affect your volcano purchasing choices? This thing. Wow, this is the old. It's gone yellow. This is prototype number 2. Did this affect your volcano purchase? Having knowing that you could get a. Well, I don't know if this one works. Let's see. Maybe. This is This is version 2, not version 3.
A lot of people saying that they did receive theirs and they were like, yeah, I need to get more.
Oh, it does work. Does it work? The other. So I don't know. So I'm not sure exactly what to make of that. Where it's, maybe Hellscape, maybe this is a new model for us of, like, we don't just have to do mega blockbuster Kickstarters. We can do a modest $1.5 million Kickstarter, and then those sets can just kill it on the web store later. Although, once again, now it's, who knows when we're going to get more in stock. It'll be another 7 months. Actually, I don't know, with production time. But I don't know. So it's an interesting, I thought I kind of had it figured out, and then it sold really well in the store, and with not a ton of sets. So I don't know. I don't know what else. I know. I do know that the what else did we learn from Hellscape? It was a fun one.
It was fun. There was actually a question about it with in regards to ruins. Would it be worth having a second, smaller Kickstarter that is the ruins that were cut from this one, or is it now small Kickstarters don't seem as viable?
No, I don't know. That's a good question. Yeah. Well, we've talked about. I mean, one of the things that took the edge off of cutting a bunch of ruins from Wildlands was like, well, we already have a bunch of pieces sculpted for a thing. We literally said that way, well, we could just do a bunch of these ruins and some of the other ruins for some of the other things, and just do like a little in all ruins bit and stuff. And I don't know. That's not nuts. And maybe there's a way we could do it where it doesn't take the full team. If it was small, we could, I don't know, just do a small. I don't know. We'll sort of see, but I haven't figured it out yet. But it's definitely one to mull over. The other thing, I'm trying to think of the other things we learned from it. Let's get. One of the things was, I don't know, did you guys know that our original plan was to embed LEDs in everything? That was, yeah.
That's
that
insanity.
Was, so yeah, the original plan was everywhere that there was like, let's go close up. So everywhere there was like a lava spout, there would be, look, we get a little steam volcano. There'd be an embedded LED, and then so that like at the baseline you'd have like a cool little flickery LED look, and then if you wanted to escalate, you put it on the light panel, and then you get the under illumination and magic. And it turned out to be debilitatingly expensive. Like it was, you do a thing like a build, the Soul Cage Vault style build. It was like, it ran the price up a lot, but it was also cool, right? Like you'd have, like the idea was that these would, like the areas where the lava flows were, there'd be like a little bit of cool flickery life. There'd be like constant light under here and then a little flickery light. So we ended up doing it with just the volcano and the waterfall. Yes.
Imagine having to turn on every piece of terrain though too. Like if you want to make a build, and then you have to flip each little LED on. Like one or two pieces, I think that's fine, because that's the same as doing like a lit wall. But...
Well, here's the bonkers. We're gonna go bonkers and top secret. Let's go back one.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I forgot about this. This is what we're learning. So we were working at the time with Real Game Effects, the guys that do the Fog Monster and the Steam Pod, and we were trying to. They have this wireless. I don't know what it's like wireless LED technology, or they didn't invent it, but they have this thing where they're basically set up a mat or an electric fence that you could put on your table and drop your pieces into the electric fence, and the LEDs would go on.
That's amazing.
Like, yeah, it's bonkers. So the original idea was like, well, we'll do this crazy wireless LED thing, so your whole lava escape can go on, and then you hit one switch and then it turns the whole thing on and whatever. And it was kind of neat. There was a dummy plug. There was like a CR2032 dummy piece you could put in, so you could swap out where there's a CR2032 battery. You could swap out this. No, we don't.
Oh, okay.
You can swap out the camera went dead again.
Did it? Oh yeah, it did.
So we could make it both ways. So you could have a regular battery powered LED, or you could have this wireless converter you drop in there and then put up the fence and do this whole thing. And it was going to be kind of neat. It was going to be expensive, and the big. Can anybody guess what the deal breaker was? Well, there were two problems. One was manufacturing expenses. Like it was going to be outrageous. Like there was no way we could actually make any money on it.
Finley says, does it heat up too much?
No. So there's one thing that stops this field, right? So this thing, like you could move the LEDs, like you could move them up to like a foot high, and it was like, it was going to be really cool, but there was one thing that stopped this dead in its tracks.
Total BF says magnets.
Close. Magnet's best friend. Metal sheets. And large metal sheets, say like a 12 by 12 terrain tray or whatever, totally like shut the whole thing down. Right, so this would like ruin the whole thing would go down. So that kind of put a stop to that. So we went from having wireless LED in every lava piece to basically no LEDs in any lava piece.
Dang.
That was a kind of a wild ride.
Saved a lot of money though, probably.
Maybe not for the backers.
Really? Oh.
It was gonna be wild. Yeah, it saved them a lot of money by not having it. But yeah, it was a neat thing. Those guys, the real Game Effects guys, they're some sharp cookies. They get some, they're dabbling in a lot of neat stuff. But we couldn't get a manufacturing agreement that worked with them, and also there were problems with like the metal sheets. Although my brother, the theoretical physicist specializing in mesoscopic physics, was like, he was starting to brainstorm. He's like, well, if he had a bunch of kind of outlandishly brilliant ideas of how we could kind of work around the metal sheet thing, but it was like, one of them was like, if we put enough holes in our terrain trays, I don't know, there was this, anyway, so that didn't
interesting
happen. That was a fun so what I learned something from that.
A little bit of science.
Don't put LEDs in, yeah,
well, also don't do that.
They learn a little bit of science. What else? What other questions do people have about Hellscape? Does anybody have any questions about the actual like pieces, or how things work, or I don't know?
I'm waiting for some comments. Speaking of crazy in a future Kickstarter, so this is not about Hellscape. Can we get a huge mini that fits over the light puck so we can animate it? Maybe a water or fire elemental. It's a cool idea.
That would be really cool.
Odin Forge TM says,
there's a lot of Odin Forge. Okay, we haven't scratched the surface on the light puck yet at all. Like, so we didn't get a actual working prototype. I guess we had a month before launch. We had a prototype. We had like an early one, and then we had like, it was really like, we really haven't had a ton of time to play with it or figure out, like, there are an enormous amount of possibilities for toppers and things we can do with it and whatever. And we were, right up until launch, we weren't entirely sure if we were actually going to be able, like, there were still a bunch of sort of questions looming. That's part of the reason we didn't have it out of the gate at launch, is there were a couple of things we were still trying to nail down manufacturing wise and whatever. So it was like we didn't know, like, on day one we weren't 100% sure we were going to be able to launch the light puck in the middle of the thing. So we didn't put too much, like, literally some of the things that some of the toppers stuff that we were designed for, we were like, well, let's make it work without the light puck. If it's, like, if the light puck crashes and burns, let's make sure it also works without it and whatever. But no, the light puck is going to be, I don't even know where we're going to go with it. Sci-fi minis, go to the moon. We can do anything. There's going to be all sorts of crazy magical effects and and then and let me tell you, there's a lot, like, we can go down. This is a deep rabbit hole. Like, the other things that we can do that could chain with this, and multiple, like, There's no. This is like
Otherworldly.
yeah. So here, if you want to see us do more crazy like things with Light Puck, your job is to buy it. And so no, if we don't sell any, then we can't make more crazy
first,
things for it and whatever.
know it exists.
Yep.
That's the first step.
Gotta know it exists. Second, you gotta buy it.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be nuts. We're gonna do some neat. We got some fun stuff, and we have we'll see. The pledge manager might have a few bits and things and likes. So are there any more Hellscape queries?
Yeah.
People know how things work. This is working.
There's a few. Well, like there's some comments about the light panels and why they didn't show up in Wildlands. Are we going to be using them for the the upcoming Kickstarter, whether it's sci-fi or not?
So, we I love this question. So fundamentally, one of the things we want to try and do is we really want to support the previous things that we've done. So when you buy in, we keep adding more options to you, right? Like the wall socket LED, modular LED pieces, or pole accessories, or magnetic accessories, or floor JST socket accessories, or double doors, or any of this stuff that's like interchangeable, cool little inserty bits. Like we want to keep adding more options for you, so that the people that have bought in are like, hey, we're just getting more and more, and then new people get the stuff and they can, it's reverse compatible and whatever. And so we kept kicking around trying to figure out something that could work for the light panels in Wildlands. And it was the big problem we had was the light panels are an 8x8 footprint, and our base footprint in Wildlands is 6x6. And you'd rather have his 3x3s or whatever. So it was like, so we were looking at like a 9x9, and at one point I had a 9x9 floor. So originally the Oblivion Nexus, we were trying to make, originally the Dwarven Light Puck was going to be a light panel with all the capabilities of the Dwarven Light Puck, but then we had all sorts of problems with it actually getting LED matrix, wherever. The idea was we're going to have an RGB, addressable LED light panel that could then play with those, and then we could have the covers for that would also work for the other light panels, and that didn't end up working. So that kind of abandoned. But it was this thing we just sort of kept kicking that can down the road, and wow, kind of make something work and whatever. But it kept sort of running into the problem of like trying to do like a big glowing lake, dealing with all these 8x8s under a bunch of 6x base bits. It was just sort of awkward. The coverage and the things and whatever, it was a little more awkward than we wanted. And then we had this 9x9 floor, which then ended up dying because it was expensive, because the 9x9 could cover the 8x8 really nicely and things. And so it just didn't, I don't know, it was one of those things that we were sort of kept kicking around and then basically ran out of time. But I don't want to guarantee it yet, but we're working on maybe a couple of phantasmal filters in the Pledge Manager that play nice with Wildlands, and they're designed for your light panels. And guess what? Phantasmal filters and the Light Puck also play nice. So there's something. Yeah. So we're working on something there. I don't see if we can pull it off, but we're trying. I'm trying. We've not forgotten about the light panels at all. And sometimes we get. We originally designed some socket-based pieces for the JST socket connectors. These these toppers that go on the bits, and those didn't end up making it. We we didn't get stuff to support every single little system that we have in Wildlands, but we did stuff like we have a Burroughs, our first Burroughs compatible piece since Dungeon of Doom. So we'll get we can't all get everything on everyone, but we are going to keep working towards making cool stuff towards that. And very, very, very high probability that we're going into the city and the castle for the next Kickstarter, and that's a 4x4 base, which is really friendly with an 8x8 light panel. So finally your Mages Guild can come to life and whatever. And man, a light puck is going to show up too, whatever.
It has to.
But yeah, so that's a great question, tying Hellscape and Wildlands together. But we did have your volcano already works with your fogger. So where's that? We almost got this done for Hellscape, and then it wasn't ready yet. So we made sure the volcano would fit, and we held it for this one. And similarly, we had the poison, what is the flower from Plaguestone, the poison bloom.
Yeah.
Was from Plaguestone. That one we already had started the teardrop insert, so that thing's a teardrop insert, also compatible with your Wildlands stuff. So we're working on trying to support all the bits and keep rolling out the stuff as it comes. So what else do people want to know about Hellscape? What else? What other tales can I tell about purple mustaches and wireless LEDs and? Man, I did not know where this episode was going to go today.
It's you never need to know. It'll find itself.
It's true.
Finley does recommend we look into this company called Pepper's Ghost. Apparently they do holographic light stuff. So we're going to have to do a little
send
bit
me
research.
that link.
Okay,
We're going down a rabbit hole. Oh, man. Holographic? So it's like a help me Obi-Wan sort of situation?
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Oh,
Only
boy.
Hope. There's a lot of Wildlands comments. There's some comments about the light panels. Okay.
Whatever. I don't know. There's no rules. It's just like,
no
what do the
rules.
people want?
Orion.
Should we did we break 100 viewers?
We are at 97, so we are close.
What are we going to do a giveaway if we get 100 people?
We need 100 people.
We'll do a, and guess what? It's a big one.
It's a generous one.
What is it? It's we're going to do Cavern, Classic Dungeon, right? Classic Remastered.
Classic Dungeon Remastered core set.
That's a good one. It's like $100 set. So if we get 100 viewers, we will do a giveaway.
Lava Waterfall says Balturic, so maybe it's a build request?
Waterfall?
Yeah, do you want to...
What's the build request? Lava Waterfall?
I don't know, just Lava Waterfall, all caps. Maybe it was just because you were showing it.
Make the Wildlands waterfall into lava?
Ooh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Space Monkey 17.2 says no Michelle resin sculpt sneak peek.
No. So should I tell them the sad news?
I don't know. It's a little personal.
Okay. So Michelle's got some personal stuff she's at a little delay right now. So nothing to look at right now. But we will see. We'll keep you posted.
I'm being told. Oh, sorry.
You've been told?
I'm being told that we are at 101.
Oh, okay.
My thing says 99, but I trust you, honorable people.
Are they gaming the system?
Nah.
Should I log on and watch?
So a good keyword for this.
I don't know. You tell me.
We're gonna do.
Good luck, Michelle.
Majesty.
Ooh.
As in purple mustache. Majesty. Oh, that's what I sound like?
Yeah. Wait. How do I turn off the volume? Okay, that'll put us over 100, right?
Yeah. I like how eager you are to give away things. They're always like looking to give away as much as you can and like add to it, and then also be like, and add some stickers and like a note,
yeah,
and then like
some stickers.
Yeah.
Too. Yeah. That's an idea.
If it comes from the warehouse, I can't do that.
Yeah,
though,
that's true.
So.
Yeah.
But yay! Thank you for getting us to 100,
Woo,
Nate.
No problem. I'm glad I could do it. It's riveting. I've got some questions. I've got some about things. So what other?
Well, no questions now. It's all just Majesty.
Oh man.
We got one. It's from the 6 of Clubs, who had.
Hey, didn't they win last?
They
or some week.
It
right?
was they. I think it was they submitted the photo.
Oh yeah. They submitted a build that they did with their kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we don't have a build today, do we?
No.
Son of a gun. All right.
Blame OBS.
Next week. Blame our postmortem. It's been a long day.
How often do you expect things like Dread Hollow to restock?
October, December.
Should I save it for this Black Friday, or will it be available again in, say, February?
It's en route. Don't know exactly when it's. We've said it a couple times. I'm going to say it again. Like, the shipping has been much more volatile and unpredictable in this current pandemic era than ever before. And it was supposed to have been here by now, and it got delayed, and I don't know. I think it's coming around Black Friday, beginning of December, something like that. Late November, early December, I believe, but it's coming. It's on the water, or will be in a sec. What is month? Yeah, no.
What is
Maybe
month?
It's not on the month. Not on the water yet. Or it is. No, we're in October. No, we're not. I don't know. I have no idea. Try to reverse engineer if it's landing with. Yeah, it probably hasn't shipped yet, and maybe they got backed up.
And based on how the world goes,
yeah, I don't know.
Typically this year is a big ol' I don't know.
That should have been the phrase for the day. I don't know.
It is. We should change the OTA name to I don't know. IDK, BFF Jill. Masticon would like to know what would be the best thing to buy from CBS to prepare for KS8.
Well, seeing as I have no idea what we're doing, I don't know. We get some. I mean, you can't go wrong with bread and butter stuff, right? So here's what we're gonna do. So if we expand the city, it'll probably be similar to what we did with Wildlands, right? Where we kind of expanded on the existing stuff and added some new stuff. So you can't go wrong with any of the bread and butter bits, right? Like a Hamlet set or any of the basic Stone and Tudor buildings would be great. Jumping off point, Bridge of Valor is always cool. Like magnetic wall sets, LED wall sets. Like, chances are high we're gonna have magnetic accessories. Chances are high we'll have socket LED modular wall mounted LED bits. Chances are high we are gonna have stuff that slots into walls and corner posts and floors and stuff. So any of the fundamental bits, but I can't tell you because we don't know.
Who knows?
We're still getting the pledge manager
IDK
up and running from there. But we're we want it to be, we want to support people that already have stuff, but it'll be standalone, whatever it is. But also, it'll work with, if you already have stuff, it'll build on that nicely, and it'll be standalone, and there'll be some new stuff. So just get it all. Get all the City Village stuff.
Kite Nerd, who I recognize from forums, right?
Yeah.
Suggestions for KS8. Have the whole campaign be like Nate's last 10 minutes of KS7. More fun I have had since KS1 and 2.
Dude, that was
pretty nuts.
That was
watching
so
it back.
much...
Have you watched it back?
No, I can't.
Oh, it's insane. Like, Erin told me she had watched it a few times, and it's pretty, like, engrossing. I watched it to, like, figure out all the things we promised. I can't go back
and watch.
Like, it's pretty nuts.
Yeah, no, that was a wild...
very emotional.
That was amazing. Yeah, you guys are... It was really unbelievable. That's like a life... That's going to be one of those top 10 life memories, up there, like next to getting married and my kids being born, like hitting 4 million in the last.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was like
top 3, maybe top 10.
Well, yeah, getting wedded to Talia,
yes, top 1,
and the kids that does each other thing.
Top 1,
and
so those are all top 1. Sounds like those are all in the same.
Yeah, those are in the same
one. So you have 2 more slots. Yeah, okay, great. Yeah. That's number 2.
That was bonkers. Like right down to the wire. It was like crazy. Like it was amazing. It was the greatest. It was so It was just amazing, and everybody was there with us. I felt like it was just like, I felt like I could hear the backers like cheering it on and being excited and thing and like doing it and No, it was really. It was spectacular.
It was. Yeah, that's probably definitely a high of my life too. I can't think of anything else that could top it. I'm not
It was
married.
a
I
movie.
don't have kids, so
Yeah.
yeah, good for me.
Yeah, so we just have to do that for 26 days straight, and we'll be great.
Please, yeah.
Good plan. Arnold and I both we went in on a Kickstarter together. There was a Kickstarter. Was it like Minx miniatures or something? They had this really cool Rogue mini. She was like all gosh on a thing, and I wanted like it was. I think they were expensive because it was like resin, like these nice little resin casts, or whatever. And I was like, I wanted that mini. There was like they only had like a thing. It was like you get two or you get thing or whatever. And I wanted. I was like, well, let's just. Maybe it was his idea. He's like, hey, you get the 2-pack and I'll buy the one of them from you or whatever. And so we shared the same Rogue.
Very nice.
Cool. And she's still not painted. But
well,
yeah.
when you have that break, you know, all this free time you have now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You know, that's another thing you could do on
Hamster's Hobby Corner. Hang.
Yeah, I can't speak today.
Oh, we had a great idea too. It was your idea too, right? Of getting Drew onto the Hobby Hang.
Because I need to
Drew
meet
Williams
this man.
Yeah. Drew is bonkers.
I'm being told he would be one of my best friends.
Yeah, he's nuts. I love him. Yeah, one of these days I will definitely go on the Hobby Hang and paint a mini or something, or make a LARP weapon or something.
So should we roll and see who got the?
Yeah. Who got the Majesty?
All right.
Are we still
Vertex Artist has won.
Woo!
I'm gonna go ahead and message you and get your details. Congratulations, Vertex Artist. You gave it all you got, obviously, by typing in Majesty, and we really appreciate that.
You went for it. Like,
you went for it. You went all in. Very few can.
Awesome.
All right. What is one piece that you would hope to have in the future? Maybe not the next Kickstarter, but something that you're like, oh, I'm gonna put this all over my house. It's gonna be it's gonna be my door stopper. It's gonna be like my paperweights. Like just the piece that you're like, oh yeah, this is it.
Like for a door stopper?
Yeah, it's just like you buy so many of them and you use it to do literally everything so that you can look at it all the time. Is it like a purple?
Does it need to be like a widget that actually functions as all these things, or I just want to look at it everywhere?
It could be. I really like the Mana Stave.
It's a cutie.
Yeah. But for future, I don't know.
I kind of wish that I had Crimson Claw Wyverns all over my house, like an infestation, like bed bugs. They're just like everywhere. Like water bed bugs.
Yeah. My band name. Shout out to my band that does not exist yet.
One of my favorite pieces from Cavern Steve. Well, of course, Stairway to Violence is amazing, but.
Whoa, Vertex Artist, after hearing he won, gifted a ton of subs to our community.
Aww.
Nice guy.
It's the best. Should we... I guess there's not a way. We can't disqualify people once they've won from not winning again. We've never had a duplicate winner, have we?
We've been getting duplicate winners sometimes. And I've looked into it, but apparently there's no way to, like, actually...
Because I want to spread the wealth, right? We don't want the same person to win over and over again. We want to, like, This is one of my favorite pieces from Cavern Steep. It's such a it's just simple bread and butter piece, but that convex it's a good one.
Do you want to do close up?
Stairway to Violence could be a great one to just put all over the place as a door stopper, and then you could have it LEDs and the cave entrance piece from Dread Hollow is a really neat one, but it doesn't stand alone as well. It's like the Stairway to Violence is a really good standalone. I think what other... I know there's so many good pieces. We have and you kind of get desensitized to it because you're just staring at these awesome pieces. Like everywhere I look, I can see cool pieces here. It's like, it's a Dread Portal. It's an Apex Primordial. It's a Sewell. Oh yeah, it's a Sewell Awaken. It's a good one.
Sewell's a cool one. That would be a great door stopper too. Yeah.
Yeah, she would be.
She ain't no fool.
Sewell is nobody's fool.
It's gonna be for the advice that she writes in February. That'll be her Valentine's poem for everyone.
That's all what I wanted. Is some Valentine advice
from
an evil snake goddess.
Instead of Ozerline.
She's not evil. She's misunderstood. She's just
She
just wants to devour the world.
Nate, how excited are you to see the Myrmidon? Asks Chris.
Man, who is the brilliant idea?
It sounds like he's got somebody on the inside.
Yeah. Oh, I'm pumped for the Myrmidon. Is gonna be. Ooh, did we ship that to Eli? We have to extend the base to try and get an LED in there.
That would be a Casey question. I'll ask her.
Yeah, that was. Thanks for the memory, for the reminder. Yeah, the Myrmidon that guy is sick. That's a really cool. I'm really excited. It's gonna be really neat. There'll be a standalone pack in the Pledge Manager, so you can get just that guy. We're trying to get an LED in there, so the fire will illuminate and look all cool. And yeah, that's a great one.
Can we expect future materials that build off of the waterfall? Says Masticon.
Oh, so here's
Okay.
Well, first of all, where would like define, like, what do they mean? Like for the sides or from? Are they talking about the lava fall or the waterfall?
I think waterfall.
Oh, yeah. Well, the waterfall is designed to be modular, right? So we've got some options there, and yes, that was one of me. So here's a good one, right? We got 100 people. If we want some opinions. So the Hellscape sold really well in the web store, which means maybe we should think about doing an expansion.
Oh.
What would you want to see if we were going to expand Hellscape? What do you want to see? What flavor of hell? Where do you want to go with this stuff, right? Do you want more options for magma rivers? Do you want more elevation? Do you want more infernal details? Do you what do you want? What do you want? Give us some. I'm curious what the world wants, because I didn't know there was such an appetite for liquid magma. You want to do something crazy too? I don't know if I should do this.
What are you doing?
We're gonna show a thing that we never made for Hellscape.
Oh dang! We're getting some real behind the scenes stuff today. See a mustache. Yeah. Okay, I'm excited about this one. This is the one that everybody was like kind of sad about, the Myrmidon, which I was too. But this one I was really genuinely.
So this is the boss monster that never was. That maybe hang on. Oh, this is white stone. So this was the crazy boss monster that never was. It was a like lava worm that had to get resculpted completely once, and then ended up, it was going to have an LED in the gullet, so the whole center lit up, and then the sort of between the plates would be all this crazy glowing magma, and then this was going to be all textured out like the rest of the lava, the magma, the lava bases. So it was like thing, and then whatever. But it was gonna be so expensive, especially with the campaign. We didn't raise a whole ton of money, and it was going to be staggeringly expensive, and it would have been impossible in resin, and it was LED. It was just the lava worm that never was. And I think look how big that thing is. It's as big as
it's a chungus for sure.
Yeah, like they say, a chungus. What?
They do say that. That's what they call
do?
cats. Yeah, big old cats. They call them chunguses.
Who?
Chunks.
Who
them.
Them? Who's them?
Them, the online people.
The onlines? All right. Well, I've got a yeah. So anyway,
You're avoiding that world.
Yeah, I stay away from the internet. It's a scary place. So anyway, that was a thing that never happened. But lava worm. Yeah. It was man, that was literally Todd did the entire thing and then had to redo it because there was a whole bunch of problems, and that was cool Felipe concept art, and anyway, no one's ever seen that, I don't think, but
I don't think so either.
I don't think it'll ever get made, but you never know. We got things in the vault. If we can break 5 million on the next Kickstarter, see what happens in the last 10 minutes.
Of course, Finley has a golden idea about what we can do with this piece. He says, have the net connect to the body, widen the base, and so it fits the fogger and can have fog come out of its mouth.
Wow. Yeah, that would make it cheaper.
Fun idea. Yeah.
Well, originally it was
cheaper.
It was originally modular. It was supposed to have the whole back, so it could do the gag where it's like coming out of the ground, but then it also had a body, so you could put it on the body and have the whole thing. And it was, it was gonna be like just a $bazillion mold and like.
But like it could be the sci-fi Dune worm,
Yeah. Arrakis.
Yeah.
Sure. What else? Any other Hellscape questions?
We do have a comment back on the waterfall. Still not seeing a lot of Hellscape questions, but Masticon says, I'm not sold on the waterfalls as is, but if there's a future river that would attach to it, I'd have to be in.
Convenient that it's 4 inches wide, isn't it? Yeah. Well, we will. We'll have to see what happens. There's definitely the geometry is friendly to cool rivers or whatnots. And we will see. I don't know. I left a lot of possibilities to expand upon it, and I have. I'm not being coy. Like I have, like we've already sculpted like this whole thing and have it like hidden. Like I don't actually know what it's gonna be, but there's lots of possibility for doing something neat.
The world is an oyster.
The world's a vampire.
Is it?
Set on drain.
Oh no. That's not good.
No.
Is that what's going on?
Seeker and destroyers.
Oh jeez.
Despite all my rage, I'm still just a rat in a cage.
A bat in a cage. Oh, vampire. Robert Pattinson. Oh, okay. Batman. Okay.
Oh yeah, he's Batman.
Yeah, he's a bat in a bat.
I haven't watched movies in so long.
Anyway.
I haven't seen any of those DC movies, like any of them.
I don't think you're missing too much.
No.
But I also, a lot of people really like them, so maybe you would.
Yeah,
Hellscape question. If we went plane of fire, what would you add?
I would add modular fire. LED illuminated modular fire. And started messing around with things, right? So you could make like blazing conflagrations of different sizes that were like kind of like this wall of fire, but with some LEDs because it's cool. And designed so you could kind of make impassable areas of fire, which are really cool. Stuff that could kind of nestle well with each other. And this could be a start for it, but like some really neat. And you could drop them into your whatevers.
There you go. Odin Forge DM says.
Oh yeah, you had a question before.
Fire.
I forgot. Right?
That was a long time ago.
Yeah. What was it? Hey Odin, what was your question from 1,000 years ago? Don't scroll back. You can write it again.
Okay.
Yeah, we totally forgot about it. Sorry, what was his question?
Holographic fire is the one that he just said.
Dude, I'm terrified to look at Finley's.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Link.
I don't think terrified is.
No man.
We were
looking at lenticulars for
the
water at one point, right? Like
they
doing
didn't turn out that
a
great.
layer of lenticulars under there to give it like some life on the table, and we looked at a bunch of crazy, but no holograms. That's next level. Elemental plane of fire. Yeah, it wouldn't be hard to like do convert Hellscape to elemental plane of fire. I would do, what I would do is, I would do like some crazy, thanks to Method Man for the idea, like some crazy kind of like driftstone base thing, so you could have some big floating chunks of this up high. Because I feel like to me, like I don't want the plane of fire to be like feather. It should be like floating chunks of rock and magma and just fire everywhere. And right, it's very like it's probably the worst place to go. Right, you just die as soon as you get to the plane of fire. Like that's it. You're dead.
Yeah, that
Because
was
it's just yeah. But so I want to be able to do like big, chunky. Hey, chunky, right? Was that
chonky? Yeah.
chunks? Cats. I mean, floating stony bits. Like so, some conversion kits where you could put these up on bits and then have fire. I don't know. I wasn't Plane of Fire. It wouldn't be hard to do a Hellscape to Plane of Fire conversion kit. It's a good expansion.
Aaron Wilds 1 would like to know how you stop Hellscape pieces from sliding around on the light panel. Do you use poster tack? Do you think
it's a real pain in the butt. I use white stick and or the other problem is the foam core risers. These are too slippery too, so like everything is just a little slippery. These are a little less slippery than that, but it's like, yeah, it irks me. What I do is I tape down the grid, the light mask overlays, and then sometimes I put a little piece of white stick, and or just build up against it and sort of keep everything in with pressure. But that's a good one, and it really. What we should have done, in retrospect, was we'll go to sniper. We should have put the little rubber feet on the corners, the opposite corners of the magnets. So we have the magnets in these corners, the little rubber feet on the bottom of these, and then it would help stop them from sliding around a little bit. Because it really, yes, I am bothered too.
How thick are the foam core risers?
11 millimeters.
Maybe if there's a small lip around the edge in LP 2.0, light panel 2.0.
Ooh, LP 2.0.
And Ghost Peppers, or Pepper Ghost, I forget which one. I think it's Pepper Ghost, is not a company. It's just the way that Disney does things like Haunted Mansion and holograms like that.
Oh, it's a style?
Oh, yeah, it must be.
So yeah, we're at a nice precise 10.36 millimeters.
Oh, wonderful.
So I don't remember if it was supposed to be 10 or 11, but no, this one's 10.42 over here. 10 and a half millimeters. Science.
Since Hellscape did well in the store and had a lot of KS6 overlap, is it possible to see some Caverns pieces in yellow with the Hellscape paint scheme?
Yeah, anything is. Would not rule it out. What pieces would you want to see that we didn't do? And what did Odin reprise of his question?
He just messaged again, but it's not a question.
No.
I think it's more it's advice. He says, I use little slits of electrical tape every 2 inches and make my own grid.
Nice.
The tape stops the pieces from slipping and stops light bleeds.
Oh, that's a great idea.
That is a good idea. We did that for the Kickstarter video. You had me tape down the end of it. Yep.
Gaff tape. Yeah, we still have that
that board.
Wait, that's a fun memory. Yeah, I know exactly.
Yeah, before we had the grid that had the light bleeding feature in it, we had to individually tape down where the pieces might have leaks or where they weren't covering.
This was for the this was fun. This is from the Gen Con live game where we did this. It was Gen Con, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was with the prototypes, so there was like killer light leak. So that was like, yeah, that's a lot of gaffer's tape. That was a crazy bonkers game. This was with Ember and Amy Dallin.
Oh, it's awesome.
And Stefan and Satine and Luke Gygax. It was a fun bunch. That was a 9 lever puzzle, trying to do the whole thing in 2 hours, and they just did it. It was like,
Oh yeah, is that the one where Ember got the gun or whatever that she said? You said I could have anything.
She put it in, I guess, in that when she made that character for that game, and it's just been sitting quietly on that the plasma rifle.
She knew.
She did. She is crafty. I love Ember. What else? What other questions? What else we got?
Any updates for the late delivery volunteers for Hellscape Encounter 3?
It is, I think the container is supposed to arrive on the 20. That doesn't look right. I was going to say the 27th. So maybe it's the 28th. Well, that's soon, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's like,
that's
I think
Sunday?
It's supposed to arrive on Monday or something, and then it's got to be actually get to the warehouse and be received and whatever. So it's probably a couple more weeks. Something, but I don't know. We will let you know as soon as it is. And I'm in that boat too. I don't have my Encounter 3, so I'm looking forward to it also. There's 150 something people waiting for it, but we will let you know. Once again, it's the shipping has been a little volatile, so it's like all of our estimates have been wrong. Like it's crazy. Like it's just not like we used to be sort of close, and now it's just sort of like you just don't even know. Yeah, it's just all over the place. Yeah. But it's coming. It's en route. And then we'll put the rest in the store after everybody gets all those, which will be that's I don't know, November.
Restock 2.0.
Yeah.
Adira Nate says, what would you recommend for a Tiamat layer? I have a game where they have to stop her from rising on my world.
Man, my son Grayson is obsessed with Tiamat. Like, that's his like go-to when he wants to like think of like what the toughest thing is. Who would win Tiamat against? Very like, it's the best. Well, the problem is too is like, what are you using? What's your mini, right? Are you using what's the crazy Reaper one that's like 57 feet tall?
That's not even a mini anymore. That's a maxi.
Oh, it's outrageous. It's like,
how many did you say? 56.
It's like this big. It's
okay.
It's just, it's bonkers. It's so.
It's a
cool.
chunk.
Yeah, it's like they're saying on the internet. It's a chunk. Cause there's that mini, there's that WizKids mini, which is kind of like weenie. You need like, I don't know. So that's gonna kind of dictate some of it, right? Like if your mini is just absolutely massive, then you're gonna need a bunch of open space to mess around with. But I don't know. I would do crazy cascading. I mean, how much Hellscape do you have? Yeah, I would do just massive cascading lava falls, and I'd have just magma river everywhere, right? Because A, Tiamat doesn't care, B, Tiamat can fly. So just merciless amounts of magma, and then a couple of Hellgates or Dread portals where like dragons could just be like porting into like, I mean, it's Tiamat, like it's gonna be an unwinnable fight, right? You gotta like, I guess they're stopping her from rising,
right?
So many things. So, maybe she's coming through a portal. You do a thing.
Speaking of
multiple. This is what you do. You do multiple pedestals of pain with the cultists are doing their ritual, whatever. Boom, you set up. You've got 4 pedestals of pain they're doing things, and each of those has like portals by them, and they're bringing like small stuff is coming through while you're like doing a multi-point for thing with just merciless amounts of magma everywhere. And yeah, I just did my first. I did my home game. It was only 2 pieces. I think I was 2 pieces. I had the Pedestal of Pain. The Caverns Paint has Pedestal of Pain and a Cavern spell with the Dread Portal, without the sidecars in there, as a portal to the Shadowfell.
Ooh, nice.
And it was really fun. My nieces and nephew and my son were really excited. My brother was like, "Well, that's not at all what I was expecting to find down here." I was like, it defied his scientific analysis of the situation.
Needed more holes
he
in
was
the
like,
metal.
Yeah, he's like, "What is this?" Yeah, it was really fun. So I don't know. Tiamat layer is a good one. You should. I got a picture from Sorn from Ryan Devoto of Hellscape. I gotta show you. It was like, I've never seen so much Hellscape in one place. It was just
More
like in the
than
back
here?
corner of his. Oh yeah, no, it was
Oh
like
my gosh.
it was multiple tiered magma waterfalls and things like of just like it's outrageous. And it's just like it's kind of like a nice little back corner of this huge forest scape that he had set up. Like that was like it was like this sort of like tucked in like, you know, quaint little corner of his forest. It was like this massive sprawling hell thing. Yeah.
I'm excited to see it.
Outrageous. Yeah. It's pretty amazing to see so much Hellscape in one place.
1979 Dragos would like to know why Styx filters didn't work in green.
They just didn't look as good as they wanted to be, and the white looked better against the banks that we had. With the final, like the printings, it just wasn't the green. Just ended up looking gross. And then there was also I was dreaming of doing an RGB light panel that was color changing, so that then white was like, well, then you could make it any color you wanted. So spoiler alert, I'm thinking of a white I'm thinking of a basically, you know, white and black Phantasmal filter to be friendly with the light puck. Because then the light puck can create the color under the thing. You get the pattern and that color, and so I don't know. We'll see if what we have for the pledge manager, but that was part of the thing. Ultimately, it just didn't look as good. You know, Janet did a thing, and then she's like, "What if it, you know?" She's like, "If I just knock this grayscale, throw a little, throw a hint of blue in there, whatever it looks." And I was like, "What?" And we put it on the thing, and it just looked so much better. Yeah. To me. And, you know, some people will say, well, no, the green was better, but
They can make theirs green.
yeah, it's true. We can use a gel, right? Any cheap party gels. You can get super cheap on Amazon or whatever, those just colored cellophane. You can drop any color you want underneath there and change the color instantly.
Ooh.
I should do that sometime. Show people.
Yeah, that would be good actually for like the build of the month too. If you do a Hellscape one.
Yeah, we've got a bunch of gels in the other room. That's a good idea. Thanks for the idea.
I would really like to have Wildlands for my games at Gen Con next year. Cross my fingers, COVID. What are the odds Wildlands will deliver on time? Asks Storywood.
First of all, can we all just like collectively pray to Moradine that we can go to Gen Con next year?
Yeah.
Man, I miss conventions. Like, as exhausting as they are, because you're obviously going there, you know, we're working, not playing. I miss it so badly. I was talking about it with Selena yesterday and everything. I was like, yeah, conventions. So yeah, right now it looks like we're gonna ship early. I don't know, because we don't have any like. No, we're on track so far. We haven't hit any snags. Here's what you can do though on your end: is fill out the pledge manager. Obviously, we haven't released it yet, but if it goes out on the 21st, fill out the pledge manager as soon as you can, because we can't place our order until we know what people are ordering. So, you know, one of the things that kills us is we get to the thing and there's 20% of the people it's the end of the pledge manager and they haven't filled out the pledge manager. Like, you're killing us. So fill out your pledge manager when it comes time. That will help us stay on target. But no, otherwise we have like almost all the masters are over at the factory for tooling. Nina's cleaning up a few. Eli's cleaning up a few. We still have this sort of resin that's finished up, but like, you know, almost everything's over there. We're like really in good shape on there. We haven't sent over the paint masters yet, but we have a ton of time on that. But we're, you know, so far everything looks good. But man, I don't know. Like everything has been, you know, everything's a little slower. At least on our end, everything is, you know, we keep thinking that we're operating in a pandemic-free environment, and it's not. Like, everything is still just takes a little longer or whatever. But we're ahead of where we were in Caverns Deep, if that means anything. And we've got significantly less, something like 70 less sculpts, and less packs and whatever. So far it looks good to ship on time, but it is way too soon to tell. But man, I really hope that you can have your Wildlands at Gen Con next year. And when are we supposed to ship? June?
I don't remember. I know that it's normally a year after, so I would have assumed August.
Somebody watching would know. No, it was like a 10-month, roughly.
Then yeah, that would be June.
See if anybody knows. When are we supposed to ship this thing? If it's June, then I think your odds are fantastic. Because even if we run a month late, you get it for Gen Con in August. But we will see.
Original quote was June. Thank you,
Yeah.
I'm Spoonbender. June 21st.
So I think I think the chances are really good that you'll have one. Do you live in the United States? Because if you live in Germany, I don't think you're gonna have it in time for Gen Con.
Might be a little delayed. The Six of Clubs has another question. I was trying to figure out how to ask this in a way that I get a good answer but don't sound like a broken record. I'd rather spend an extra $1,000 on the Wildlands Pledge Manager, but I really want Dread Hollow. Will I be able to get Dread Hollow in the first quarter of 2021, or does it only get restocked once per year?
I don't think he sounds like a broken record. Did they ask us 1,000 times?
They asked us about it a little bit before, but not in the same depth. Like, this is more clarified.
Yeah,
for
we
sure.
love the clarity. We definitely have some Dread Hollows going to show up in tail end of this year, and it may last us into 2021. And I don't know when our next restock will be based on sort of how the sales of this go. So if this Dread Hollow lands and it sells out in a week, then we'll order more immediately. But it's like a 6-month turnaround, so it's not fast. But if it putters along, then chances are it'll be still available for you in Q1 of 2021. And we also probably won't be reordering it immediately. But I don't know. It's really hard to know. And that Dread Hollow is a big set. It's a tough one to reorder because we have to do high quantity. So I think we have a bunch coming in, and so. Well, I don't know. It could all just sell out right out of the gate, or it could last.
A lot of people are flagging that they would expect it to sell out right away, and that they've had that kind of happen.
These are good problems to have, but
for us, not for them.
No, it's a mess. Like it's really hard because it's a whole bunch of ties up a bunch of those sets are expensive, right? They're $1,000 some bucks a piece. If we get 500 of those sets, that's $500,000. Which is it's a lot of money, and it's tied up if it doesn't sell. It's like it's a lot. So I guess our manufacturer price isn't $500,000, but I don't know. It's an enormous amount of. But I think based on the success of Wildlands, it seems like we should try and keep Dread Hollow stocked. What we need to do is we should do a smaller bundle that's a half size Dread Hollow that doesn't have the escarpments, or something that's like, here's the small forest bundle that would be easier to stock, and then bundle out all the escarpments into a thing or something. If you had a good assortment of the forest floors, good assortment of the trees, whatever, and just something like that.
Do you know about unpainted also? Is that
no idea?
No? Okay.
I've assumed we ordered some, but we tend to I think our number is roughly 80% painted to 20% unpainted is what we sell, so we probably order roughly those equivalents. But if you get unpainted, I'd love to see your paint job.
Yeah. We've seen a lot of really good ones. I think who might be on. No, the username is IME. She did a really nice one, or they did a really nice one, and sent it to us on social. We got a few really great repaints on social.
Eli's done some really nice painting.
Really? I haven't seen
Go
his.
figure.
I
He's
want
taken him like a year.
autumnal.
Like,
well, yeah.
and he's doing like big swaths of. They do like all one color green on 20 tiles or something.
Understandably.
What else? What else? We should probably wrap up soon. It's already 8:42.
Yeah. Do you want to do one more question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Did Odin Forge ever put his question out? I don't want to miss that guy.
Yeah, he only.
Okay.
The only thing we got from him was
I didn't forget about you, Odin.
Can Nate confirm that I should stop
Confirm.
hoping for Underdoom painted sets ever returning to the store?
Oh. I don't know. I can confirm that you can stop hoping for the Underdoom encounter in Underdoom paint to ever return to the store. But I don't know. Our fundamental problem is we have too many sets. We don't have a bankroll to keep every single set, right? We have 800, 1,000, 1,200 sets or something at this point. There's we can't keep all these sets in stock, and we end up just generally focusing on the stuff that sells like crazy, and a lot of it's core stuff and whatever. But it would be, it'd be a real bummer. The hard part on the backer perspective is if we didn't say, hey, by the way, this is the only time we're ever going to do Underdoom color, so get your stuff now or get out. It's tough. What do you need in Underdoom? What do we? Yeah, it would be nice. The factory hates all the other champagne schemes, too. It's a whole other thing. But the ice and the Underdoom, it would be nice to do another run of those at some point.
A limited.
Yeah,
run.
A limited run or something, or at least maybe reconfigure to some smaller sustainable sets, and do a big run of them. Or something. Well, what Underdoom pieces? What do you need? And then maybe we do lava at that time too. Oh no, because lava's get cast in yellow.
You could do a final Underdoom. I would love crystal sets and a few more starters.
Yeah, the crystal caverns are awesome. So what was it?
Starters and final Underdoom.
What was the final Underdoom?
I think it's the last Underdoom that gets, put the limited series. I think they mean final Underdoom, we're not doing it anymore.
Oh, do a last hurrah.
Yeah.
This is your last chance at Underdoom. Oh, that's it. The Doom of the Underdoom. It's the last bit. Maybe we do the new Caverns Core. We could do a run of the new Caverns Core sets in Underdoom. If you were looking for, instead of starter, it's a better configuration. We could do it in Underdoom. Ideally, we'd have it in Underdoom and in Ice, and that would be that's something I'm all over. That's a good question. I do enjoy it. All right. Well, let's get out of here.
All right.
We got a long day of
more meetings.
Post-morteming tomorrow, figuring out.
Gotta love meetings.
Yeah. Figuring out what to make of what lessons we've learned in Wildlands and how to make the next one even better.
Very happily, this Kickstarter went so well that it's all very positive and
it's amazing.
Just building up. Yeah.
Yeah. And man, we set the bar high for ourselves. It's
we really did.
I don't know how we man, it's good problems to have, but man, it's
champagne problems.
When
you get it for free,
full of champagne problems.
Or you don't get it for free.
full of champagne problems. So, thank you guys for providing us with champagne problems. It's a great way to be. I love it.
All right.
So let's wrap this up. If anybody has any ideas what they want us to do next week, let us know, because we need some ideas. And we'll see you Tuesday for Building of the Middle of the Month. Oh, tomorrow night is Hamsters Hang, right?
Yes, at 6 p.m. U.S. Eastern.
6 p.m. Hamster Hang. The next week, Tuesday is Building of the Middle of the Month at 2 p.m. Eastern. Then on the Anvil Wednesday, and then another Hamster Hang, right? It's every Thursday at 6?
Yeah, except for 2 or 3 more Thursdays from now when he's out of town. But I think we're still going to have a stream maybe just without Hamster. TBD. But right. Yeah, next week we will have
Hamsterless Hamster Hang?
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good. Well, thank you. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Thanks for all the good questions. Congrats to who won today? The
Vertex Artist.
Vertex. Congrats to our winner. Thanks as always for all the support. Thanks for filling out your surveys. Thanks for questions, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Thank you. Good night. Bye.